Hello, good day friend. Today we'll talk on C# type conversion. That is how to convert different types among each other, like string to integer, integer to double, etc. So let's start. The first use case we'll see how to convert string to these different types: decimal, float, double, short, integer, long, int, ushort, etc. This can be achieved in two ways: parse and try parse. Now there is another way which I shall discuss later. So let us see parse and try parse in action. I am in Visual Studio Console application. Let me start with a string variable. Let me put a value 1 and let me take another variable and let me try to convert it to integer, and let me use the method parse where it is expecting a string. Let me put the variable a and let me see what is coming out in B. Let me run this application. I'm running the application and it is coming 1, so it can be able to successfully convert. Let me stop this. Let me go back. Now what if instead of 1 it is some other value? What happens? So let me run the application and it's throw format exception error. So parse cannot handle value other than the expected 1. Let me stop this. What if it is null? Can parse handle this? Let me run this. Okay, we cannot use null with var, so let me explicitly tell string. We run it. Okay, so we are getting argument null exception. So parse cannot handle null or value other than the expected one. Okay, now we'll see the second method, that is try parse. So that has a benefit. So if you see, try parse returns boolean. That means if it can successfully convert, it will return true, else it will return false. So let me put the expected variable a and let me put the variable b. It has to be out, and let me take int and let me declare this one. Okay, so b is taking a default value, and if it can successfully be parsed, then the value of a will be placed in b. Let me turn it back to okay. Now I will print the value. Let me put it then just to indicate that it's completed. Okay, I'm sorry, it should be double quote. Okay, now let me run this application. Let's see what happens. And it's printing 1, so it could be able to successfully convert. Now let's see what happens if it put values other than the expected one, and let me run this. Okay, see, it's done. It didn't print, it didn't throw any exception. And now if I put null, what will happen? Done. So in that case also it didn't throw any exception. It handled it gracefully. So that was about converting string to other value type. Now we shall discuss the second use case, that is converting to string from decimal, float, double, short, integer, long, all these types. How we can achieve this? This can be achieved using toString method. So we'll see this in action. So I'm here again in console application Visual Studio. So let me take a variable of type integer and let me place the conversion value to b and let me print the value and take so let me run the application. and you see it's being printed. Okay, now you can ask that what if I put null here. So let's see if I put int this, that is null level integer. So let me run this. So it printed nothing. So let me stop this. Now we shall go to the third use case, that is converting all these types among each other, from a string to short, double to float, long to say uint. How we can do this? So okay, this can be achieved using convert.toType, that is convert.toInteger, convert.toDouble, etc. Here one point we need to remember, that is if you try to convert like long to short, it will throw exception if the value is very big. So we need to remember that point. So let us see this in action. So I'm here in Visual Studio console application. Let me take a value a, that is to, let me take value 1 2. Okay, and let me try to convert it to value b. So let me convert this, convert it to int a. Okay, we'll print. So we're trying to convert to short, and we'll print the value b. Let me run it, and yeah, it will be able to successfully convert. Now what if the value is null? In that case, what will happen if I run this? Sorry, I cannot put null with var. So by running this, it handled, it returned 0, but it didn't throw any exception. It's a matter of concern. Sometime you may mistakenly get the value 0, and your code may run with that. So that might be a concern. So you need to remember that. Now if I put any value other than the expected one, let's see what happens. In that case, it is throwing format exception. Now as I was telling, what will happen if I put a very long value here, let's say a long value here, and I try to convert it to short, overflow exception we are getting. So we need to remember that point, that truncation or exception we will be getting. So that was about type conversion in C#. Thank you so much.